Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Here's a quick guide showing you how to complete the new Ghost of a Deep dungeon. Now this guide will not contain any locations to hidden chests or collectibles. Timestamps are in the description below. Once you spawn in, you'll be in this large open EDZ-like area. If you drive forward and up the hill, you will find a doorway with a rally flag and some statues around it. There are 4 statues in total that need to be activated in order to open the door. To do so, first kill the knights that are guarding the doorway to start the encounter. Next, you'll be clearing the ads until a Soul Finder Ogre spawns in. Killing it will reveal a Wrathborn trail on the ground. Follow that trail until it leads you to a symbol that will be floating in the sky, and you need to remember this symbol. Once you get near it, more ads will spawn, including another 2 Soul Finders in the form of wizards and other ads. Clear them out and move on to the next symbol, which will be the same one where you need to clear another group of ads. There'll be 3 symbol locations in total, all of which will be in close proximity to each other. On the 3rd symbol, a light bearer will spawn. Whoever kills the ghost will get a buff called Vestige of Light that lasts for 2 minutes. Only the person with a buff who dealt the final blow on the light bearer by killing the ghost will be able to then activate the statues in the middle. So once you have it, return to the doorway where you will need to kill a Veil Reaver wizard, which will spawn in some deep sight. Only by activating the deep sight will you then see symbols on the statue, just like in the throne world. You need to activate the statue with a symbol that matches the one you memorized at each of the previous locations. Just hold your interaction button on the statue to activate it. 1 down, 3 more to go. Rinse and repeat. Kill an ogre, follow the trail to the symbols, clear the ads, kill the light bearer on the 3rd symbol, clear the wizard by the door, activate the statue. From here you will be making your way through a jumping puzzle. The first part of it is self-explanatory since all the doors are closed in each room apart from one. Once you get into this room, you will need to clear out all the ads. This will open a hole in the ground at the top that will require you to jump down into the depths of the ocean. There is no particular route, just fall and keep on falling all the way to the bottom until you get to this moon pool. Jump into it and remember to collect the air pockets of the oxygen along the way to not die. Just move to the edge of a platform and continue to fall and keep on falling all the way down until you reach the bottom. In some locations, you will need to walk off the edge to be able to reach further down. Eventually, you will reach this turbine that will throw you into a room. Follow the lights into this cylinder where you will do everything again. The area is pretty much repeated. If at any point you get lost, look for a way down and follow the red and white lights until you reach the 2nd turbine. Continue forward through the swimming puzzle, and this time you will need to make sure that you collect the air pockets together. You don't even need to do a countdown, just use your radar to see if your teammates are next to you. These water doorways are what you are looking for that lead into dry caves filled with ads. Clear them out together one by one and continue through the doorways. Same as before, collect the air pockets together and make your way through the caves. Be careful once you reach this area because there will be plenty of wizards and ads. Take them out from a long range before trying to make any jumps across. Once you have made your way to the ship, it gets easier to navigate. Essentially, you are following a long continuous hallway, clearing out the ads along the way. This time, instead of going down, you'll be jumping up until you reach this room with holes in the wall. I suggest you take the one closest to you because some of them will lead you to your deaths. Continue to jump to the end of the cavern until you reach this last submerged area, which will be part of the first boss room. The boss will be down in the water with you. To your left and behind him is the way out. He doesn't do much damage, so you can just run past him to the next area. You are now in the 2nd encounter and the first boss, Ekvar the Shield of Savathun. Yet again, you will need to kill and collect symbols and then bank them at statues to be able to damage the boss. To do this, you will need to kill 2 blistered knights that appear on the left and right sides of a room on the top of the stairs. Clearing them out will spawn an ogre at the top, and killing it will spawn a deep sight in the middle of a room. You will then need to interact with the deep sight to reveal symbols that will appear on the left and right side walls. There will be 3 symbols in total, so memorize them and give them names based on what they look like. The next step is to activate these 3 symbols that you see underneath the room in the water. You can access them through the moon pools around the area where the deep sight spawns. The boss will also be down there and he'll be chasing you. There is only a limited amount of air pockets that you can use, but you can come back to the surface at any point. Also, you do not need deep sight to see them under the water, and once you activate them, the symbol will be amplified above it. Now, the ads will be continuously spawning. There is no end to them, so you have 2 strategies. Keep 2 people on the surface for rad clear and 1 person to activate the symbols, or send down 2 and keep 1 on the top. It is your call. Each time 1 symbol is activated, a light bearer wizard will spawn. Activating all 3 symbols will result in all 3 light bearers being alive on the surface, so I suggest you do it one by one. As you can see, it became quite overwhelming. Just like in the first encounter, you need to kill the light bearer and kill the ghost to get the buff of Vestige of Light. There are then 3 statues, 1 on the left and right stairs and the 3rd at the top of the room. 1 wizard for each of the statues. It doesn't matter which statue you activate as long as all 3 are done. This will lead to a knight spawning in the middle of a room by the deep side called Wellkeeper. Kill it and it will drop a Wrathborn pool on the ground, and by stepping into it you gain the Piercing Light buff, which lasts for 4 seconds and allows you to shoot the boss's shields off. We tried rockets and machine guns against it, but in the end a well with a sword is the best way to go. Make sure you have something to weaken the boss like a tether, and don't forget to put on some loosened blade onto your chest armor to increase your sword recharge rate. Not to mention surge mods on your leg armor to increase your overall damage output. And that's it. Kill the blistering knights on the stairs, the ogre at the back of the room which spawns in the deep side. Activate it to see the symbols on the walls, and then activate the symbols under the water. Kill the Lightbearer wizards and activate the 3 statues on the stairs and the top of the room. Kill the Wellkeeper knight in the middle to give a piercing buff to then damage and destroy the boss. Once complete, jump down underground and look for this green doorway. Just like before, go through and jump up, making your way through the ship. Once you reach this area, you will be met by this beautiful Leviathan, but don't stick around for too long because you are submerged. Same as before, collect the air pockets together and proceed forward to the left. Just follow the hallways as the path is self-explanatory until you reach this room. There is a lot of jumping here and plenty of adds. You need to get across to the far side, and each platform along the way will contain adds and knights. Not to mention there will be wizards everywhere too. I suggest you keep your distance and clear them out together one by one. At the end there will be a mini ogre boss and more knights. Clear them out and fall down the hole into the boss room. Now this is a little mechanic heavy, so I will break it down. The objective here is to activate the correct symbols to spawn in the Piercing Light buff on the ground so they can remove the boss's shields to do damage. Before we start, you may notice that the arena is actually the body of Oryx, who fell towards Saturn at the end of the King's Fall raid. We will be using his various body parts like his head and arms as points of reference. So begin by killing the ghost, which will spawn in a knight in the middle. Now be careful of the boss, because one of her attacks is to spawn in a group of moths that are set on attacking whoever is closest to her at the time. Take the time to destroy them because they will continuously follow you until they kill you. You may notice that sometimes where you stand near or on top of Oryx's body parts above the ground, they will glow green. There are several in total, but only 3 of them are the correct ones. Kill the knight in the middle and this will spawn in some deep sight somewhere around the arena. Activate it and it will reveal 3 points floating above 3 of the areas of Oryx. All 3 points will be connected, creating this green triangle. The next step is to kill 3 knights on each of these 3 locations and they will spawn in one by one. The knight does not need to be in the area. As long as you are standing in the green area below one of the points of a triangle, you can kill the knight regardless of where the knight is standing, and it will activate the area. Also, it doesn't matter which area you start with. Once an area is activated, above it will be a hive symbol along the circle. You need to stand behind the circle and align it with the hive symbol. Anyone can do it regardless if they were the ones who killed the knight. Aligning the symbol with a circle will spawn in a deep sight symbol above that location. You will need to do this for each of the triangle points until all 3 symbols are showing above each of the triangle corners. Each time a symbol is aligned, more moths will spawn, so keep an eye on that too. The symbols simply mark the locations where you need to bank them. The next step is collecting the symbols to deposit them in the areas that are marked by the green triangle. On the edges of the arena are doorways leading to 3 caves on the outside. Each one contains a light bearer. If you are facing Oryx, to the left is where the Knight Light Bearer spawns. Behind Oryx is the Acolyte Light Bearer, and the Wizard is on the right side near where you entered. Enter each of the doorways and make your way to the far side of it, where you will come out into a cave. As soon as you enter, look for a symbol in the sky. It will eventually disappear, so you need to memorize it as soon as you enter. Kill the adds and the Light Bearer and remember to finish the ghost. Exit the area, and then you need to bank the symbol you collected in the correct area of the triangle. To do so, you will first need to activate the deep sight in the main room, and then bank onto the area by simply standing in it and activating your interaction button. Once all 3 areas are done, all 3 areas will then gain the piercing light buff. Use them to break the boss's shields, followed by damaging her. We tried rockets, but it wasn't sufficient. Machine guns seem to really do well here, like Heir Apparent and Commemoration. Be careful though, because she will be constantly teleporting. Then it is just rinse and repeat. Kill the knight to spawn in the deep sight and use it to locate the triangle corners. Kill the knights at each location and align the circle with the symbol. Kill the light bearers in the caves and memorize the symbol in the cave as soon as you enter it. Collect the deep sight from the middle of the main room and bank your symbols in the correct areas based on what symbol you have that matches that area. The toughest part of this room is staying alive. Solar grenades and arc made short work of the ads, but also using something like a glaive to stay alive is amazing. Simply put 2 or 3 shots into any enemy and then use the glaive shield. If you have high recovery, a small portion of a glaive shield is all you need to buy yourself enough time to get your health back. Finally, remember to kill the boss's ghost at the end so you do not need to repeat it. And there you have it, that is how you complete the Ghost of a Deep Dungeon. If you have found the guide to be helpful, then please like, share and post a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 guides. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.